Today we have a reading for you about somebody who is going to be reaching out to you and asking for a chance to try again or start over. And they've got some promises they want to make about changing their behavior. And I feel like it's a little bit weird. Maybe you just can tell that they're not actually working on the things that they've told you. Maybe it's just in how they say it to you. But there's something here that makes you feel like whatever they're saying is really just to get what they want and not necessarily going to be backed up by action. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time, or a lot. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Let's see what we've got with... We're going to go with the Hocus Pocus Tarot, since we've got the kind of like Halloween vibe here with the Day of the Dead skull. This is like, trust me, I've gone through a change, right? Because death talks about transformation, ego death, right? So this is someone who's trying to argue that they've made pretty substantial changes in how they would approach your connection, but it's really a facade, an illusion. We have the Emperor, Temperance, Ace of Candles or Ace of Wands in the reverse, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. This is someone who doesn't like to lose. And they view you as someone who's always going to want to work on things, not someone who is quick to walk away. So they feel like it's in your nature, because they view you as Temperance, to want to make peace or to make things right. But they're over here thinking like, mwahahaha, right? Like, yeah, I'm sure I can convince you, right? Because they don't want to be seen as like the one who lost or the one who got broken up with. They don't want to be seen as the one who couldn't keep you. So this is like determined energy, but also a little bit entitled. Good morning, Rachel. How are you doing? Hello, Sublime. How are you doing? What else do we have? Ace of Pumpkins. Ace of Pentacles. And the Seven of Candles or Seven of Wands. You know, sometimes I have to be a little bit more reserved. Sometimes there are things I wish I could say, but I know YouTube won't like it, or my mom will be upset. I did promise her I would swear less, and I think I've done that. But this person is a clown. This is the second time they've come through with that, like, kind of fake face, right? They're plastering on a smile or they're painting on a smile. It's not real. They're just thinking about how they can look better in this situation. But with the Seven of Candles here, this is like, there's protection around you. So I feel like your intuition is too strong to be messed with by this person. It's too early to tell, but so far going well. Hello, Jonathan. How are you doing? Hello, Car. How are you? Yep, it is associated with Sagittarius. And I really like that card. See, that's what I saw when I looked at the Emperor. Now we have the Devil card, which in this, in the Hocus Pocus, it is called the Master. But notice it's the same face, right? So we keep having this like very exaggerated or fake smile. And the reason they're faking is because they feel like they have to do something to make sure that they delay whatever ending might happen between the two of you. Hello, IMSA. No. That's funny. Hello, Sadeep. How are you? Hello, Rick. How's your day? Sending you abundant energy, Murph. Hello, Doom. Hello, Aqua Beauty. Hello, Bikram. How we doing? We have the Six of Candles or Six of Wands in the reverse, failure. The Hierophant and the Two of Swords in the reverse, or the Two of Lightning. See, I think you're going to be able to figure out that this person's being ingenuous. I think you have a pretty good grasp on what people do, how they interact, how they express that interest or that dedication to something. You can tell that this is someone who's just like, well, of course I've changed, silly. How could I not? Should we go get some food? It's like they just want to distract you. Oh, thank you, Ems. How are you doing today? Hello, Omar. Hello, Redbeard. It's true, the likes are free. Hello, Mahesh. Hello, little... Oh, is it Sparky? Okay, nice. Oh, that's too bad. I'd love to see you come back and be respectful. Bikram, I do personal questions at about 30 or 35 minutes in or after the general reading, with preference to those who tip or donate. Unfortunately, that wasn't me, but I do have much respect for her. So we've got the Page of Cups and the Fool in the reverse. This is your energy or your intuition saying, hey, wait, remember how this person acted? Remember how they handled the previous situation? That was a lot for them to have to learn. Are we sure that that person actually learned that? You know, like, is it really going to be a new experience with them, or are they still exhibiting some of the same selfish or toxic energy? Because this Page of Cups, it's very unusual, but this feels to me like it's saying, like, where there's smoke, there's fire, or this is still something that is a problem. And maybe because you can tell that their smile isn't genuine. Maybe they have a tell when they lie and you've picked up on it. We have the Tower in the reverse and the Three of Potions. So this is someone who you may have been low or no contact with recently, who's going to reach out and make some efforts to get another chance. And I think some of you are going to say, I'm good. This is the Egyptian Tarot. Hello, Stephen. How are you doing? It has. Are you all ready to deal with 2026? It's crazy. It's like right around the corner. Hello, Realist. How are you doing? Hello, TTE. Did I say that right? I think that's the first couple letters. No, I'm not. I'm wearing slippers. I'm obsessed with my slippers. It's too early. You know, if it was like the afternoon read, I'd probably have like real shoes on by now. We have the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. You're too smart for this. You're like, hold on. You want to say that one more time? You want to run that by me one more time? Because that didn't really sound very genuine. It's like, I don't know, maybe they're just making a joke out of it. Maybe they're like right out the gate kind of minimizing or invalidating your opinion or your perspective. You know, like, oh, that little thing? Yeah, no, we don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm not going to do that. You're fine. You don't need to worry about it. There's something here about them being like a little bit too quick. They don't want to talk about it. They want to sweep it under the rug. They're dismissive, or the fake smiling thing, right? So we have the Wheel and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. When they say that they've changed, to you, it sounds like it would be too tall an order for this person to make happen that quickly. You know, like if you went to, I don't know, an Arby's drive-through. No, I'm not getting paid for that. and you ordered like 300 burgers and they gave it to you right away, would you not be just a little bit suspicious? Like, well, how did you already have that? How did you know I was coming? Like, did you make them in advance? This person is claiming to have achieved quite the feat by changing and working on things in a lightning fast time frame. Hello, Nahachuk. How are you doing? I'm sorry if I don't say your name right. I'm trying. Feel free to tell me what it is. I hope you get that, Rachel. Hello, Shilpa. How are you doing? We have the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords in the reverse again. I don't even know, like, do you really need this message? I feel like you're quite good at seeing through this person's charade. You're like, rejected. Do we have a gong here? Can somebody hit the gong? Yeah, this person's gonna have to leave. I don't know if you just like leave them on red, or if you're seeing them in person, if maybe you just have like a facial reaction that tells them everything they need to know. But you're like, doesn't look like you changed. Still got the same clown makeup on. I don't know. I don't think I want to deal with you again. I think this is your intuition warning you that there's something inauthentic or fake about their approach, or there's been too little time for them to work on the things that they need to. They don't seem to actually want to understand or give you the space to talk with them about this. It's like, I want to rush you and get you to agree. Let's just get back to hanging out and, you know, whatever, stuff will be better. Like, no, I promise you. I'm way better than I was last week. Like, yes, but how? Did you use a time travel machine? Hello, Kevin. Merry Christmas. Hello, Liam. How we doing? Hello, Stephanie. How's your day? Is it Neha or Neha? I ask and try to like keep track of that. There's like a little spreadsheet in my mind. But YouTube messed with it because now they're showing me like the secondary name, the like @ symbol, as opposed to like what most of you I think wanted to be called. So it's worth pointing out that we have 2 4s in a row with the 4 of Wands and the Emperor. But this is someone who's claiming, I have done the work, I've climbed that mountain, I've figured it all out. I am ready for a long-term relationship and you're going to be happy. You're like, so right now I'm seeing Belle from, oh my gosh, you guys. What's the Disney movie? Why can't I think of it? Is it Beauty and the Beast? Right? And who's the dude that she's like supposed to marry in town? Who's like, oh my god, everybody thinks he's so fine. Doesn't his name start with like a G? So yeah, G-man over there, she's like not interested in, probably because he's like braggadocious, arrogant, and like full of himself, and she's more interested in learning things. But everybody's like, oh, you'll be so happy because he's got a strong jawline. Like, I think it takes a little bit more than that. There's something that just does not sit right with you. So either, like I said, you might leave them on red, you might not respond at all, you might politely decline, but you feel like this person is likely to repeat a cycle if you were to give them another chance. Gaston, thank you. Okay, so I think the first one I said was Neha. Excellent. Yeah, exactly. Wasn't into it, right? Don't be a Gaston. Hello, Adrienne. How are you doing? Yeah, if you all had seen the way that I was drooling over a library, not that I was in this library. I was watching a video about the Chateau de Pernod. I hope I said that at least somewhat okay. That an Australian couple is renovating, and they put in like a super customized, like gorgeous, appropriate for the 18th century France locale, or, you know, theme. Oh, so pretty. I just want my own 2-story library, you guys, don't you? So this person who hasn't changed is trying to manipulate you. You're too advanced with regards to your ability to read what's really going on. And so I feel like you keep it moving. And this angers them. This makes them frustrated because they feel like they are your best option. What do you mean? Even if I'm not perfect, I'm still better than that person and that person and that person and that person. See where I'm getting the arrogance from? Like, this is like, even though they're being dishonest with you or telling you that this isn't an issue, they're ignorant of the fact that how they deliver the message even indicates to you that they're not taking it seriously, and they still feel like they would be better than someone who would take you seriously. And you're like, no. Stuffed animal would be better than that? Wilson from Castaway would be better than that? You know, like, things put up. So we have the Tower. Now, in the Lenormand, this is the fairy Lenormand, by the way. The Tower is different in the Lenormand versus in the Tarot. And apologies if you've heard me explain this like 18 times. Oh, I should have said 19. Missed opportunity. This Tower is about connections, structure, maybe even like hierarchy, right? This is saying that this person is assuming that they are your best option without realizing that you might also consider no one an option. You know what I mean? They're like, you got nobody else over here that's like better looking than me or like actually working on themselves. So like, of course you should choose me, right? And whoever you are, Queen of Wands, you don't have to be a woman, but this is a lot of fire energy. So there could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in your chart. We've got somebody here who doesn't think that you would just choose to be on your own or to focus on other pursuits, not a person, right? That you're okay being single. Hello, Trickster. How you doing? Hello, Tony. Hello, Kumar. That's great, Rachel. I like it. So this person is not anticipating actually losing you because they feel their powers of manipulation are supreme. They're the best in all the land. But even that isn't enough, right? It's because they're putting their energy into the wrong thing. They're taking this time to strategize and come up with the right way to say things. And that time and energy could actually be put into doing the things that they need to do or understanding your perspective, right? But instead they're like, nah, I could like cheat my way through that. That's okay. I don't have to do it right. Hello, Yanita. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good one. Yes, feel free to objectify the like button. What else do we have? This is the Pulp Tarot. Ooh. We have the Page of Swords, Devil in the reverse, and the Hanged Man. Yeah, they really wanted to cause you to at least be a little bit indecisive or indecisive enough where you would take a chance with this. They didn't think you would be so observant or so quick to pick up on the inconsistencies or their deception. But to you, I haven't thought about this in a long time, but to you, you're the person who can see the sailboat in Mallrats. You know, like, what were those called? Is it Magic Eye? Where it's just a bunch of dots, and if you look at it the right way or the wrong way, however you want to look at it, then like an image appears. You know how dude was so frustrated trying to see the sailboat? This is somebody who's convinced that you can't see them. Even like dude in Grandma's Boy. How much do clones cost in the Matrix? Like, how did you see me? How did you see through my bluff? How did you know that I was lying? Because you've actually done the work. They don't understand intuition the way that you do because they don't have that gift, because they're too focused on trying to obscure others' vision of them. If they were actually authentic, they might have a better understanding of how it is that you're able to make this decision to be by yourself and know that this person has not been working on what they told you they've been working on. Hello, Oguz. Did I say that right? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Anas, how are you doing? Maybe. So, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. Remember at the beginning we had that like smiley face, Ace of Pentacles? Highly unusual, by the way, for the Ace of Pentacles to be represented as like the face of the person. In fact, most Ace of Pentacles just have a hand, right? So this person who thought that they could use their fake smile or an illusion to convince you that you should have a new beginning with them, they're being rejected because you are too focused on keeping things balanced and not dealing with toxic energy, i.e. you got like actual respect for yourself. Maybe they're not used to that. Maybe they're used to people who are too focused on being in a relationship that they don't have the standards that they need to be discerning, right? Chariot in the reverse again. It's not going to happen. It's not going anywhere. You're not interested. This Emperor energy is real determined. Wow. And the Magician in the reverse? Stop. Okay, so from the Egyptian Tarot, this person had come out as kind of controlling and, again, a little bit more arrogant, but they had this feeling that they could manipulate you. And here's the same pair, the Emperor and the Magician in the reverse. You say that you're over it. You say that this is a problem or that, you know, you're over it, but I think I can convince you to give me another chance. They have underestimated your willingness to work on things going forward by yourself, being fine with being independent, or knowing what it's like to get caught up in a cycle with somebody who's trying to manipulate you. Hello, Will. How you doing? Just so you know, I have a non-monetized, meaning no ads, channel that's linked in the description box, and it's just me reading from books, generally my favorite books. They are a little bit spooky. There's some Edgar Allan Poe, but if you want to check that out, it's a little bit more hushed tones. And less, I don't know, can I say less drama? There's definitely drama in books. But yeah, you should check that out. Hello, Cameron. How are you doing? Hello, Phil. How are you doing? Thank you, Rachel. So we have the Ace of Swords and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. I know you can't give me what I'm looking for, even if you claim to have exactly that. It's not going to happen, so no thank you. Daily vibes, I got you. Thank you for the tip, Nida. Oh, I said the wrong one again. Unida. I see how I wrote it out on my notepad in my mind to keep me straight on that one. So we have the Five of Wands and the Three of Cups in the reverse. Even though they make a very concerted effort here to fight for this connection and try to get an opportunity to see you or to be able to consider you their person, you're resistant or uninterested because you can tell that they're lying. Why do I feel like there's going to be more problems now? This could be somebody who decides to try to impact how others view you because of the rejection. Oh, thank you, Cameron. I have to admit to you that your name has been like a problem for me. Not like you specifically, but like people will see my name and they'll be like, how's it going, Cameron? And I'll be like, it's Carmen. But welcome. Let me know if you have a question. I can pull a few cards for you. Just do like some random, whatever you need to know, or if you have a specific question. That sounds like I could pull a few cards for you then. I want to respect your privacy, but like, let me know. Hello, Missy. How are you doing? Happy birthday. Hello, Mo. How are you doing? What else do we have? Pressure cooker, rage, ready to explode, lockdown. Okay, so this person's not used to the rejection. This person has maybe even convinced themselves that there's no way you could possibly deny them or resist them. Like, but I'm wearing my best dress. Look at my heels. This is someone who feels like they're going to be able to win you over with this strategy. And when they don't, it's kind of like a crisis for them because they had really put a lot on this. Maybe they didn't want to be honest with themselves about how much they feel. Maybe they were certain that the words they had would kind of like pull on your heartstrings enough. But now they feel like everything that they've done to try to get back together with you has failed. Yeah. I don't think they were willing to admit how much you actually mean to them. I think they were trying to kind of minimize the impact you have. This is definitely someone who likes to have control, so they would want to be the one to say, you know, things are over or I'm not interested in this anymore. If you remove yourself from the equation, that's too much of a rejection or abandonment issue for this person. But they had also kind of diminished or ignored how much they really depended on your energy. Maybe you calm this person, maybe you've enabled them to be more successful. Maybe you're the person they vent to. This is someone who's also got some legal issues. They may be getting evicted is what I'm seeing for many of you. Or this could be someone who's getting fired. This could also be someone who has had some report made or there's an issue as far as their car. But this stress is like compounding whatever happens between the two of you. So I feel like they get quite volatile when considering things with you and the fact that other things are problematic or were not tended to, right? Possibly because they were spending too much time trying to think about how they could manipulate you when they could have just been like handling their own business. What's that? I don't know what that is, Carmen. So whoever is this temperance individual, remember, does not need to be a woman. We have this ability to prioritize what is right for you that protects you from this person who would like to cause some trouble for you. So even though they expected you to not be able to figure them out or to know how they would act down the road because maybe they could put on a little bit of an act, you were able to predict it and keep yourself away from this person. It does kind of feel to me like there's a whirlpool, you know, or like quicksand around this person, and you are not meant to be around when they get their not so great karma. Maybe you can tell. Maybe you can pick up on that energy. All right. Let's get a few from the Burning Heart Love Oracle. I'm learning it. Hello, Adam. How are you doing? Hello, Chosen. What's up? Yeah, that seems dangerous, right? Anyways, all right. We'll pull a few from this, and then we'll start with the personal questions, okay? What else do we have? I have been working on myself. Oh, really? I mean, I want to be able to believe people, but we just had a whole reading on this person lying to you about that. But they're going to say that. And yet, if they have been working on themselves, I would like to think that they would have prioritized dealing with their emotions, knowing how to handle those emotions they feel for you. Instead, we have, I don't know how to handle my emotions right now. A lot of this is going to be rage or frustration or anger because you are not dealing with them or you are not accepting their illusion. I keep hoping to bump into you everywhere I go. They may like switch their grocery store or their gas station, or they may be going to your favorite park or trying to check out, you know, whatever they feel like they might find you, they're going to go there. They're fantasizing about you. Ooh, I realize all the mistakes I've made. I do think that they're going to, when you actually walk away, they're going to feel a little bit foolish for having underestimated your intelligence. I want to reach out, but don't know how. I want to apologize. I need your forgiveness. And you're worth more to me than I let on. I didn't want you to know how much power you actually have. I feel like they didn't even really want to admit to themselves how much you mean to this person. But they needed to use that as motivation to work on the things that caused problems in your connection, as well as deal with their personal problems here, these legal issues or whatever this is, because it feels like all they've put their time into is how can I keep someone from walking away without having to actually do like the work, which is kind of lame. I don't like it. All right. Let's switch over to the personal questions. We've got Unida and then Cameron. Did we get confirmation from Cameron? Hello, Unique. Hello, Kels. How you doing? Quoting Nancy Sinatra, are we? I like it. I like it. Hello, August. Almost there. Although one of them I'm specifically doing the day of because like it's, you know, delivery thing. I don't want to say too much. Okay, just making sure. That's what I wrote down. All right, so for United, we've got, what are the daily vibes, please? 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. There's a decision here that you're going to be faced with today that enables you to level things up or move in a very positive direction. This is regarding finances or something that is owed to you. Ooh. Yes, let me add that for you. Nature and character. You have such great questions. We've got the Justice card. I feel like you're able to improve your financial situation today with a decision that you feel emboldened to do like the right way. Yeah. So even though there might be a little bit of fear or uncertainty here, I love the Queen of Cups because this is like one of the cards for me that really speaks to calm in a storm, right? Like literally we have a cat in a boat. It's looking pretty stormy out there, but you're able to weather this. You're able to get through this. You make a decision today and it improves things for yourself in the long term. It could be as simple as, you know, I'm going to start setting aside like $1 a day, you know? Yes. I like that. Hello, Emery. How are you doing? All right. And what about the nature and character of United Soul? What do we have? Oh, I love that. Stop. You are the like radiant example of bold or independent while still being enlightened. This is such a great combo. So it's the Sun and the Emperor. I love that card. Look at it. Sun talks about enlightenment. It talks about happiness. It is the happiest card in the deck. But I feel like it also is a reference to how much nature can recharge the magic within you. Now, maybe you're a person who loves to see the mountains. Maybe you're big on going to the ocean, or maybe there's a really beautiful waterfall by you. I don't know, but there's something here nature-wise. It could be a place you go to very frequently, but this recharges you like you have, well, you probably do have a pretty good idea, but it really does impact you. So I feel like you have done well at making sure you're doing the things that help you to remain where you need to be spiritually, or how you have a relationship with yourself. It's become more of a priority. Let me just write down these other questions real quick and I will do a little bit more for you. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you. What will reaction be to seeing other people? I've got that added for you. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Aqua Beauty. Anything I need to know? I've added that for you. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. What else do you have as far as the nature or character of United Soul, please? So we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Magician. So we have the positive, and this is what the call to action is. Ace of Swords in the reverse is you are denying or not quite grasping how capable you are in a situation or what skills you have available to you. It could be like, look, when you get through major lessons in life, when you address things that need to be addressed, things change, things shift, you become more authentic or aware, right? This is saying you have not been willing to admit or accept that there's something here that you're capable of doing. So maybe it's something that kind of spooks you out a little bit. I don't know if you like sort of getting messages that you haven't been used to, but I do feel like there's a need for you to accept a part of yourself that is extraordinary. It's different. That's okay. That's a good thing. With the Knight of Wands in the reverse, your acceptance of this skill will strengthen it, right? Hello, See the Gray. How are you doing? Well, hey, Yoga, then I hope you have a plan for making sure that you have a lot to offer, right? But someone who has a lot of money, hopefully they have more going on for them than just that, right? Good morning, Lee. Oh, that sounds cold. That's much colder than it is here. Hello, Erin. How are you doing? So lastly, we have the Queen of Swords, very knowledgeable and insightful energy. Intelligence is a weapon for you. Not to make it sound like you're causing problems, but it protects you. But you have to be able to be honest with yourself about something that is changing for you. All right. Let's see what we've got. This is the Morgan Greer. We've got a general reading for Cameron. The Dr. Pepper emoji. I like it. Oh, that's a good way to do it, Mo. That's awesome. What do we have for Cameron, please? What message does Cameron need? We have the Ten of Pentacles and Strength. Page of Wands in the reverse. This feels to me like distance or missing someone from your family, feeling like you can't connect or you cannot speak with this person. Maybe there's been an argument or maybe this person's passed on, but there's this longing for someone who was able to help you feel like things were more manageable. But this is someone who would tell you that you are lying to yourself about whether or not you have the ability or the confidence to do something. There's a choice here. Maybe it's, you know, one of those big moments where you have to choose to follow your heart or do what everybody else says that you should do. But there's this encouragement and supportive energy that wants you to feel more confident about your skills and what you could pursue. Is this about profession? Yeah, so maybe you are worried about whether or not you'd get accepted or hired or promoted. But the thing that is most in your way is not seeing yourself for what skills and talent you really do have. So buck up. Honor who you are. This is saying go for something, even though you may have some doubts. And when you do, it changes other things for the better. So I believe in you. This person sure believes in you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hello, Coyote. How are you doing? Let's move on to Stephanie's question. This is the Marseille Cat Tarot. For Stephanie, we've got, what will his reaction be to seeing Stephanie dating new people? Emperor, Eight of Swords, High Priestess in the reverse, and the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is someone who's blindfolded, right? So is the Eight of Swords. See the little cat? This is going to be someone who doesn't want others to know their reaction. This would be somebody who reacts in private. So they're going to do everything they can to look unbothered and hold everything together when the others are around or when people could potentially see their reaction. With the High Priestess in the reverse, this is somebody who is very secretive or doesn't really like to let people in on what's going on. But this is something that frustrates them. They are specifically concerned about you having horizontal mambo time. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. They feel like they feel like when you actually get to that point with someone where it's that physical intimacy, that's when they've really lost you. They still feel like maybe if I put more into this now, I could still potentially get this person back. But that line, if that gets crossed, then they feel like they've lost you. Hello, Universal. How you doing? Hello, Grindhard. What's up? Hello, EWS. So, Stephanie, I wish you luck in your dating endeavors. And let's see what we've got for Aqua Beauty. What does Aqua Beauty need to know, please? Oh, I'm so glad. I hope you have a wonderful day, Cameron. All right, so what does Aqua Beauty need to know? Five of Swords, 10 of Swords, Queen of Wands, Eight of Cups in the reverse. This feels to me like a party with children that gets out of hand because no one's there to supervise. Everything's like, you know, beautifully set and I don't know, could it be on a magazine, but then the mom who's running the birthday party leaves for, 2 minutes, comes back and there's flour everywhere and there's, trampled on peanuts and chips on the floor and chocolate syrup is all over the fridge. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, things went from 0 to 60 very quickly because of a lack of supervision. And then someone comes back around and it's like when you have those videos where a dog has like destroyed paper towel and they're like, I know I did something wrong. I know you're going to be mad at me. It was really fun when I did it, but oops, I feel like someone's coming back and saying, we need to clean this up. We need to get this sorted because this is not okay. Is this... So this is someone who has caused problems or disappointed you. Someone who has been a little bit frustrating for you. Kind of feels to me like they've lost control of their own situation because they were focused elsewhere, possibly on you. And now there's something... It's like, because I chose to be distracted or because I chose to pursue something that was not the best use of my time, now I have to rush through something that was really important. Now I have to, risk a loss because I was focused on someone else's affairs. Oh, I'm glad. And my condolences. They come through, and I do feel like you're protected. Yeah, I don't think you have to worry too much about that. This is someone who cares a lot about you. Some things that are mystery in life become much clearer for you after, right? Hello, Jennifer. How are you doing? I like it. All right, I'm going to go get some breakfast, y'all, and I love you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to, and I will see you in the next reading. Toodles.